We enjoyed the full moon last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
And today's the 16th of July, so they said it was going to be a very auspicious day today. I've just been for a walk with 3 apples to give them to the horses. I promised the horses I'd come back yesterday, so. And here we have some more Arcturian technology. As the sun was coming up, it looked to me like it was shining on a magical realm. Where all beings enjoy such pure lands. These are from yesterday. You see, they built a great big road through the countryside, all the way from the coast to the transformers, some sort of electrical industrial site, the other side of Little Blakenham. And I call this, and it goes right through the village where my mum used to live, where she lived for 67 years, my grandparents' place in Playford Village. We went right through there, and I called it the Yellow Brick Road. It really did look like that, especially if you walked along it in the middle of the night. But when they built it, they promised they were going to plough it up and put it back to nature. And so yesterday morning I discovered this area just the other side of Akenham, where they have indeed done that. And there's this area of ploughed field underneath. Well, underneath it is the pipelines, but you wouldn't know it now. There's just one small area that they've started, and then the road continues either side, winding its way off into the countryside, just like the Yellow Brick Road. And so I walked into the centre of it to bless, like sort of, you know, the practice of rogation. And so I walked into the field, and in the centre of this area of field I found some broken pottery, and the other piece was like a cute triangle. So that I pushed into the fresh soil. This one I kept. I just chipped it off because it wasn't a particularly nice shape. I chipped off a bit that dirty one. And then I found 3 pieces of glass in the centre of this field. I carried on walking, this is yesterday morning, and just when I got to the gate where I decided to put all of these stones down, because this was another one. I mean, I suppose you can see why I might have picked up a stone like that. And several others, I started going a bit manic and picking up loads of stones in this field, thinking, well, at least I can give them to people and they'll have some sort of special blessing. Well, the blessing is actually from today or from last night. It's the full moon, which we're celebrating here on the 16th of July 2019. So I dumped them all. I went back this morning to pick them up, this one and these other things are things that I picked up to this morning. But the meaning of the sun bites is that the sun was coming up, and I've been telling Ken that you can look into the sun and receive downloads of light codes from the Akashic record, you know, the solar decree, and that sun is beaming straight into your retina, straight into your brain, and that's activating the one heart, the connection between your heart and the centre of Gaia, the centre of planet Earth. And then the second one heart connects the centre of that one heart to the centre of the sun, which is where Lord Akasha transmits these positive energies to us in our ascension. And then that one heart established, which is the solar system, then connects with the centre of the galaxy, so that's a third one heart, so that's a triple one heart, and then you extend that into 22 galaxy system. So that's where the El Sha'om came from, and then after El Sha'om you repeat Akar, 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 Akar. That's 5 times. So this is the sort of practice that I have, and the sun's coming up and it's burning out the retina of my eyes. So even now my eyes are all kind of, I don't know, strange. But I don't think it needs permanent damage. And as I was walking towards this place, on the way to give the apples to these three horses, the sun was just at such an angle with the field. It was the field of not corn, although the corn is ripe at the moment, but more like dried grass seed stems in the distance on the side of the hill, and the mist, but not just the mist, but also the spiders' webs, and the sun was just at an angle where this was lit up in a, well, like a flying saucer shape of iridescent rainbow golden light underneath the sun. And the sun was, you know, of course it moves around when you look at it, but the center was this sort of spiraling circle of light, and then all the gold effulgence around it. Depending on how you use your eyes, because you can unfocus your eyes and you can look away and look back, and that leaves traces, negative impressions of the light spinning all over the sky, things like that. So this isn't a result of taking any hallucinogens. This is just going for a morning walk on a beautiful day. And I'm trying to explain the meaning of the sun bites, because when I had left the field of rogation and I was coming to the gate where I had decided yesterday to drop my load of stones because I couldn't possibly carry them all home, when I returned there this morning, I decided I was going to pick up these, and to be honest, I'd forgotten about this one, and I wasn't sure how many more I would pick up. And as I came to the place where I deposited them, I saw an enormous ball of spiders' webs that was lit up by the sun and the dew, and underneath it, slightly to the left, was this old plastic crisp packet. So I looked closely to see what it said. This is on the side of a field next to a gate, and I saw it said sun bites, and it reminded me of the day that I walked down to the ribbon circle, and I found a mirror, which is in the bathroom, I'll show you, which is called Star Shine. So there's a little poem here which is Riven Way, Star Shine, Sun Bites, Road Closed, because as I walked back from the gate, leaving the field of rogation, to the right of me there was a sign. So as I crossed the yellow brick road, there was a sign which said road closed, and if I could I would have photographed that, because I'm making like a sort of picture story here. So here we have the Star Shine, which comes from the Riven Circle, which is another of these early morning adventures. And Lord, open unto me the gates of thy mercy. In the studio here I have already taken refuge this morning by pouring the old water into these bowls. So that's yesterday's water offering. And then you leave the offering bowls upside down. I've only got 4, I should have 7 really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 drums. I have a violin. Actually it's a 3/4 size viola. Electric guitar. I've got a violin in here, and the bass guitar is in the car. A car, a car, a car, a car, a car. Yes, 5 time. And I step out of my studio with the left foot I decided I'm going to wear these boots for the gig, darling.
Okay.
They're good, aren't they? I'm just wearing them in at the moment. They are giving me a little bit of soreness on the top of my foot. That's probably because I've done them up too tightly. These chili plants need some water. I don't know if the camera wants to focus. On the roses outside. You still sleepy? I took a nice picture of you all cuddled up this morning with Villain.
I just saw there's the man in shop who insists want to buy a car. He spent 12 yuan or something, 13 yuan.
What did he get?
Of course, they don't have car sale for that money, but he said they found from website somewhere. They said it's not much money.
He did find it. Did he?
No,
He
it's a
didn't.
mistake. I think it's mistake of company how they made the price or typing whatever.
Oh, I see, right. Can we have some Tibetan music?
Oh, Dada, don't play any music.
Don't play any music? Okay. I was going to play this. But it reminds you of your childhood, doesn't it? When Lin Feng was a child, she was very scared by all the Lama's activity, weren't you? Dressing up as demons.
No, I wasn't scared by the activity. I was scared by the dress. They were wearing kind of horns on the head.
They were dressed up as demons, weren't they?
Not really dressed up like demons.
No? Rudra. Beware the Rudra. Ah, this needs to be washed. This is actually a nice thing, isn't it? This is pottery. This is I don't know, maybe it's a sort of a flint. This is glass, this is ceramics. This is a kind of plastic. This is also kind of a plastic. And this is the ripened corn. Feels just come right now. I'm going to wash this piece of marble. And then we'll go back to the computer. Yesterday I used the computer too much, and to be honest, you see, look, can you see the sun streaming in? On top of this coal which I caught from Lin Feng, I'm going to get a brush and really clean this properly. And what do you mean, scared? Show me.
I want the image with this kind of heart.
Oh, I see.
Empty arm there.
Yeah, you remember that.
Yeah.
How old were you
arm.
then?
Oh, just 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Just once, not always.
Mm. It left an impression though, didn't it? Yeah, and this is also finishing yesterday's work. So we've got these spirals, because when I did it first of all, I didn't put the A in the centre, I put the A there thinking of Amitabha, but of course A stands for Amitabha, but also for Akshobhya, so let's have it in the middle. This is I, and this is you. So on the journey from I, self-centred, in the middle here, on the journey from I, we've got the 5 vowels of the English language, A, E, I, O, U. Well, I is in the centre, it's 5, and I is in the centre. You know, it's the thing in the dream which you identify with, the ID. ID, you, if you, ID, me. So we want to get from I to you. I is in the centre, so we're actually going from A, around A, E, I, O, U. Well, that's the final result, which I prefer. But originally I made the mistake of putting you in the centre. Well, it's not really in the centre because this is meant to be like the tree of life rather than a mandala. But they can be transformed easily into each other. So I in the same place, O and E in the same place. But this time we're spiralling from A, E, I, O, U. So if you look at it, we're spiralling in the opposite, we're turning in the other way. So these are going into the printer, and the reason why I like the A in the middle is because this is El Shah Om, which is why I've done this, but actually it looks like O. O-A-E, and then you see L, sort of, Shah, Om, El Shah Om. And these have got the, in here, we've got the Palladian technology from yesterday. So today, because today is actually the day, without being too fussy about it, see, we've got 2 natural things. We've got the hazelnut here, and we've got the corn today. I'm not sure about that, and I'm not sure about that, I'm not sure about that, but these can go in. I'm not sure actually. Well, let's put them in there, and these can go in. Maybe it needs to be folded. Deliberately don't wash this because it's going to have some microbes and stuff. And the pencil which I used, I need to find some more pencils somewhere, but that's okay. So that is finished. We won't do anything more with that because that would spoil it, because it is all about today, isn't it? And of course you can see that it looks like 1, 2, doesn't it? And this is the letter from Auntie Claire for Rabina. So back to the plan. Oh, yes, I found this. So there's someone on Facebook has got a group called Screwed or something. So I thought of posting this, said I saw this and thought of you, screw you. But that's not really a very nice, I quite like that, SCR. It's not a really very nice message to send to someone you don't know anyway. Screw you. Are you on? Switch that on. It's very boring watching somebody else using their computer, isn't it? It's a bit like watching someone else play a video game. How boring is that? I got the light streaming in here. So we'll go back. Let's get the whole thing. That's so we're going to save that. It's not very good, this it's not very good, this software for this scanner. It doesn't actually make a very faithful scan. Scan entire area. And then I have to open it in a picture editor, you know. So while that's scanning, we can then Facebook, and we've got to transfer. Transfer some audio. I'm getting very good at doing these one-handed nowadays. Anyway, the point is that today is a very auspicious day. So almost anything that we record today is going to be worth recording. So I had a missed call from Ronnie Ron. And this is what we just recorded this morning. And we dump them all into a huge folder called audio, which is on a 6 terabyte hard drive. Alright, so that's doing that. And we're scanning. And what are we going to call this? A-E-I-O-U, yeah? A-E-I-O-U. Okay. And we go back. Scan again. Have a look what Facebook's doing. Linda. So we just respond positively as much as we can. I think we just delete, remove, and remove this one too. Maybe they'll get the message that I'm not really available for being called up out of the blue by people I don't know. Thank you. Hey, when you sent me that last message, like literally my situation was supernaturally compromised. I know what's up. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, so I sent this Elsa on yesterday, and I'm still completing this already now. See, Elsa on. If you can see that with the light streaming in and everything. Let's take the whole thing. that. So good. Do you want to do the back? Yeah, do the back. I always like doing the backs of things. And we go back here. Scan again. This message came from Ronald Parker, and Ronald Parker's left a message and a nice picture which we can share, and then I think I'll stop the video.